What's up, everyone? Welcome to Program Your Remote. Today we're going to be doing a cabin air filter change on a GMC Terrain. This is a 2018 model here, but it will be the same on several different years. So our cabin air filter is going to be located behind the glove box. So the first thing we need to do is open the glove box. Then if we look on the right hand side, we're going to see this latch right here, and we need to pull that off straight to the right. So I like to just get my thumb on it and pull it off like that. Once you have that undone, we need to fold the glove box down. And how we're going to do that is we're going to push in on either side like that. So we're going to push in and then it's going to allow it to fold down. So push in, that's going to allow that to come down. And these are just sitting on the hinges right here. So you can just pull that off and set it down. Now, if we look under here, we're going to see where it says filter access door. These come from the factory with 2 screws in them, one here and one up here, and those are going to be 7 32nd size screws. Okay, so you'll want to use a 7 32nd socket to get those out. These ones aren't replaced. I've seen them both ways. Sometimes after they change them for the first time, they don't reinstall them, depending. But so you may or may not have to remove those. Once you do, there's these 2 clips on either side. You'll just push and allow that side to come up. Come over here and do the same thing. Push that clip in, and that's going to allow that to come up. And now we can actually see our filter right here. So I want you to pay attention to this airflow arrow, how that's pointing down. In the next segment, I'm going to talk a little bit about that, about how there can be some differences in those arrows. Okay, so we're looking at our old filter that we just pulled out of the vehicle. And as I pointed out in the previous shot, it says airflow with the arrow pointing down. But then if we come over here and look at our new one, it doesn't say airflow, there's just some arrows pointing up. In this case, these arrows are pointing up to tell you that it needs to be installed with the arrows pointing up. That does not indicate the airflow. And it can be really confusing the way they do this, but there's a few other things you can look at besides just the arrows. The first thing is, when they're installed, you want the writing facing up. As they both say made in China, you want that right side up when it's installed. And also the filters look a little different on the bottom. So if we take one and flip it over, on the bottom they have this wider flange right here. If we look at the bottom of the new one, you can see that as well. And it's not a huge deal if you get these installed upside down. It's just going to wear out a little quicker, but try your best to get them in there properly. But it's just something I did want to point out. It gets pretty confusing. If you have if it actually says airflow, you can just go off that. You want your airflow arrow pointing down. If you just see some arrows, pay attention to the other couple things I just pointed out to make sure that you get it in there properly. Okay, so we have our new filter installed now. As we just went over in the previous segment, these arrows are pointing up, but you want your airflow going down. So once you have your filter in there with the correct orientation, you can snap that cover shut, make sure it's snapped down there all the way. Grab our glove box here, and we just need to line up those hinges. Just push it up for it to catch, and then we got to come back down and reinstall this latch like that. Close our glove box, and that's it. Pretty simple. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you could take a second to like and subscribe, it helps us out and I'd appreciate it. Thank you.